Okay, I am here with my sweet pea, Kaitlyn. Tell them, hey, Kaitlyn.
Hey.
And today we are talking about sobriety. She has had a long journey, and I am glad to see her looking all fine and beautiful. So, all right, so we will get into it. So, my first question is, how old were you when you began using whatever drug you began using?
Well, I use a little bit of all of it.
Okay.
I probably started smoking weed when I was like 18. You know what I'm saying? And then 19 and 20, I started messing with pills, Xanax, Adderall, Clonopin. You know. At 20, 21, I started doing like cocaine, and then 21 was probably, 21 was definitely meth, and that was my drug of choice. And I messed with most of anything, like, for me, I don't feel like it was more so being addicted to the drug. I think it was more so being addicted to the needle because I was an IV meth user. And so I think it was more so that I was addicted to that than I was addicted to the drug because I would do anything I could get in a needle. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Why do you think it was meth that was the one of choice?
Oh, I just love the way it made me feel. It's complete euphoria.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Question number 2. Did you think that you would become addicted?
Oh, no, honey. Oh, no. I thought I was different. I was special. I was not going to be like, I wasn't about to be no junkie. Like, no. But, honey, let me tell you, it does not discriminate.
Okay. All right. So look, let's go to question number 3. What do you think caused you to continue to use?
I think it was, I just wanted to, I just didn't have any care for anything, no regard for myself, much less anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I didn't really do much in high school. I just played ball, and that was all I did. That was me. But when I got out of high school and I played, I liked it, honey. I liked it a lot. And so it's just the circumstances I kept getting myself into, I just kept digging a deeper and deeper hole,
Uh-huh.
So.
Okay.
Stop doing drugs.
Okay, so describe addiction in 3 words.
Lonely, cunning, for sure, and mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay, so you said lonely. Was that hunting for the second one you said?
Cunning, like...
Cunning.
It seems awesome and great, and then it's awful. It's like super deceiving. Deceiving.
Mm-hmm.
That's deceiving. It's very deceiving.
Deceiving. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Question 5. When did you realize that you had an addiction? Like, when did you finally admit it? They say the first step is admitting. So when did you finally admit to yourself, okay, I got a problem?
Probably like towards the summer of 2017, because it was bad. It was so... I was just doing things I wouldn't normally do. Like, it was bad. It was really, really bad.
And
yeah. I would do anything I could to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, at that point, okay, maybe this is legitimately a problem,
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was probably around that time. 2017 was an eye-opener for me.
Okay.
For sure.
All right. We all know that drugs give a high that can't be explained, but what are the lows of it, physically and mentally?
Physically, your whole body hurts. You feel like you can be sweating and like freezing at the same time. Bones hurt. Like, that bone chilling cold?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's cold. This is like bone. It hurts. Your bones hurt. Everything hurts. You're very fatigued. You don't have any energy to do anything. Like, you're completely disconnected, basically. Emotionally and mentally, it's terrifying. Like, it is so... Paranoia, You see things that aren't there. You have no mind control at all, and that is so scary because in that moment, whatever you think is happening, you fully 110% believe at that moment
it's
something
happening.
is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not a good place to be. You know, because you don't know what you can't do anything in your mind. You don't see anyway, and so you're just terrified.
Right. And when the body's hurting, is that during the high or afterwards?
That's usually down, you know, like when you're coming down and you know that you're fixing. Your body just knows, you know, especially if you're doing it consistently, like I was doing it. Your body knows when you're running out and it's time. You need more. Your body is telling you that you need more. So when it's coming, feeding for more.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Yeah. So other than yourself, is there anyone else that you feel that you hurt during your addiction?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. First and foremost, my mom. I put her through it, man. Like, oh God, it was awful. I'm great. We have a now, but at the time, like, I took all of my anger and all of my frustration out on her. Like, and it's weird because she was my best friend. Like, growing up, me and my mom were like, you know.
Yes.
And then I got on that, and it was like I just totally rebelled against her the most. She would be my number one. My little sister would be my number two for sure because she watched it all. She saw her sister go to someone she doesn't even know. And it was a long road, you know, because I didn't know if I was back from it. I didn't know if I was ever going to get my mind back. They didn't know because I had lost it. So definitely my mom and little sister, and my boyfriend at the time for sure because I was a bad female, man. It was bad. Drugs will make you do some things.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right. So, what led you to the road of sobriety?
I just wanted to live more than I wanted to die. And you don't really. I knew that if I stayed in the circle, I don't really know that I would say I was driven to sobriety because, in all truthfulness, like I didn't really want to get sober. I wanted everything to be okay, but I still wanted to be able to do my drug. I don't think it clicked for me that to get the goodness, you got to stop doing the drugs. So here, realistically, like because I wanted the circumstances that I was in to change. And I thought that my mind had convinced me that I was this horrible, horrible problem. And I needed to get fixed. And death wouldn't have me because there were many suicide attempts. Death wouldn't have me. So there was no other option. And I could not do it in Midland City. Yeah. There was no way to do that. So I think fear out of more than I wish I had this inspirational moment, but I was just scared for my life.
So it's just like a reality check, really.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I slept in the woods a couple times. You know, I mean, there's some bad. It happens if you go through there. So if you can't, you got to get humbled real quick.
Yeah. Or
you just are gonna stay in that life. And I knew I was in it, like, heavy in it for about 2 years. And I didn't realize I realized real quick that I didn't want to be like some people that I was surrounding myself with and doing it 10, 20 years from now. So.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, in 3 words, describe sobriety.
Humbling. Hard. And absolutely amazing at the same time. Definitely.
Okay.
So.
I know humbling. So what do you think now when you think back to where you've come from? Because how many years, what's your sobriety length? How long has it been?
2 years. Almost 2 years.
Okay, so thinking back to then and thinking presently now, like, I can only imagine what you think.
Oh, honey, it's crazy. Like, when I moved here this time, when I got on the bus to come here this time, I didn't have any. Literally, I didn't have enough to get a 50-cent Coke out the Coke machine at the bus stop. Like, I didn't have anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had stuff that I had acquired that certain people let me take so that I would have some clothes other than the ones on my back that also didn't belong to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, my mind was so fried almost, you know, like I was paranoid. I thought everybody read my mind. Like, it was the stories you hear, the memes and stuff you see of people. It's me. It was me. Okay.
Yeah.
It was definitely. And I'm just grateful. I've been given a second chance that I did not deserve.
Mm-hmm.
You don't take things for granted anymore, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay. All right. So my last one: if you could reach one person who is currently dealing with the same addiction that you were dealing with, what would you tell them?
Don't give up. It gets better. You don't see it. You don't believe me. That's fine. You don't have to. It gets better. Because meth has this powerful way of making everything bad and everything dark and seriously killing your thoughts. Like, you could be a completely perfectly fine person, optimistic, hopeful, sunshine and rainbow. And you get on dope, it's gone. And so when you're at that point to where you want to get better, you've probably already convinced everybody around you that they can't trust you, and they have no reason to believe in you.
Mm-hmm.
You probably have no resources, so therefore you don't see any way of anybody helping or you helping yourself. All these negatives are adding up. But if you can make it 1 hour without doing a line or doing a shot, that's amazing. If you can focus on where you're going instead of what got you there, you can be successful. You can't beat it. You can never beat addiction, because some days are great and then some days, little mess sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
But you've got to push through those hard days, because there's some pretty great days ahead. Like, I wouldn't give it back.
Right. So what got you through?
Probably, definitely my grandma.
Mm-hmm.
Because she gave me a second chance. She let me come back up here. If I could find a way here, I could get here. And here I am, 2 years later. That's my lady.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely could not make it. I couldn't have made it here without her. And my mom and my little sister, but definitely her. And the Lord, man, without him, like, there's no way I'd be here.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So I was angry at him for a long time. But when he shows up, honey, he shows up and shows out.
And that's just period. He does what he does.
Period.
He does what he does. Okay. Yep. Well, I thank you for being an open book and sharing with us. I know some things are not easy to talk about, but I appreciate you, and I hope we reached at least one person. That's all that matters.